Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing an update on my project pan for 2020. I have one item that I have finished off, a bunch of progress in other areas, some not so much progress, and I'm adding 3 items to the challenge. So let's go ahead and start with the one item that I have finished. You're probably not going to be surprised, but I am finally officially calling it done with my L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in the shade 800 Ferris Nude. I've been working on this lipstick for over a year, but I am happy to report that I no longer have any lipstick up over the plastic piece, so I feel satisfied. I feel like I have gotten more than my fair share of use out of this product. I actually really like this. It's a shame, truthfully, that I'm not really a lipstick person. I just love gloss. I am a sucker for a juicy looking lip. It is just my favorite, and lipstick doesn't provide that for me. So that was great, and I'm happy to use it up. It's not a repurchase for me, and truthfully, I'm unlikely to purchase any lipsticks if I can help it once I use up the few that I do have. Okay, so now let's move on to products that I have progress on. Some of them have more progress than others. It's a little bit unusual to me because I have been going through fits of wearing makeup and not wearing makeup, but where I don't have a lot of use is the Milani eyeshadow primer. I'm surprised by that because in a lot of areas I've stopped wearing makeup, but the one thing that I've continued to wear is eyeshadow. With wearing a mask, I feel like I'm less likely to want to wear foundation because it rubs off on my mask and slash you can't really see a lot of my face, so what's the point? But with eyeshadow, I feel like I still like get the benefits of people seeing it, and like I like the look of it, yada yada yada. But when I pushed this down, I couldn't really like draw a noticeable line, so I'm leaving it at this mark. I think I'm getting to a point with this where I'm getting close to the air pocket that's in here, and I think once I get past that point, I'm gonna have a pretty substantial bit of progress. So I won't be surprised if next month I have a really big jump in progress and or may have used this up entirely. We'll see. For now, it's holding strong and I'm still enjoying it. The next product that I have that I'm actually surprised I have as much progress on is my face primer. As a reminder, I brought in the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. It's really the last sort of tacky or pore based longevity type of face primer that I have. The other ones that I have, which aren't very many, are more like illuminating or moisturizing based, and this time of year I don't need something like that. This stuff is actually kind of perfect for this time of year. I will admit I don't love the feeling of applying it because it is truthfully a very tacky primer, and as I try to like pat it or rub it in, I do feel my fingers sticking, which isn't my favorite sensation, but it really does suck the product onto your face and really makes it stick there, which is nice. But it is of concern to me that I have made this much progress because, as you guys can see, I was here when I first started and now I'm down to here, which is a pretty big dent, and I haven't worn foundation a ton. I've basically worn it every time I have filmed and maybe like a handful of other days. So we're talking like 6 or 7 times and I've gotten this much use, and this stuff wasn't cheap. This travel or trial size I think was $15. That's a pretty steep price per usage if you think about it. So I don't know, I'm gonna keep working with it. We'll see how long it lasts me. If I keep not wearing foundation, it'll probably last me super long, but if I do wear foundation enough, I'm sure I'll whip through this pretty quickly, and then I'm not gonna have any primers like this. Another product that I have some progress on, but not a ton, is my Benefit Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation. I just haven't been wearing foundation a ton, and that's like the biggest kryptonite of this. I love this coverage and I like this product, and I do believe it is a nice, lightweight, breathable type of foundation, which is really what I'm after. I'm someone who, you can't necessarily see it today, maybe you can on my forehead, but I've gotten a lot more sun exposure than usual, and if I had all my makeup off right now, it looks like I'm darker than I normally am because I have so many freckles on my face. And what I like about this is you can still see my freckles through that, which I personally like. I think that that makes it more natural looking and it really matches with what my complexion is. But I also like that it does cover and even my skin tone. So it's like the best of both worlds. It's just such a shame that with wearing a mask everywhere, I don't really want to wear foundation. So this has been a little neglected, but we'll see where I go a month from now. The other product that I have, which similar to the Milk Hydro Primer, this does not bode well with how quickly I've gotten use out of it despite not wearing a ton of foundation. And that is the Essence You Better Work Gym Proof Fixing Spray. You guys, I started here when I brought this in and now I am down to here. And I feel like I have maybe used this 8 or 9 times. That's not good. Even though this stuff is cheap, I'm flying through it. So it probably wouldn't in the long run really be that much cheaper compared to like a $15 or a $16 5-ounce bottle of something. And that's kind of what I was afraid of, but I do like it. So it's like a double-edged sword. I like it, I'm going through it pretty fast. I think this would be absolutely gone, and it would have been gone for a while had I been wearing foundation pretty regularly like I normally do in the summer, but I don't know. We'll see where we go from this. Again, similar to my primer situation, once this is gone, I won't have any sort of stick it to your face type of longevity sprays and just moisturizing sprays, and that's not great for this time of year. I got 2 more products that have kind of mediocre movement. First one I have is from Fenty Beauty. It is the Gloss Bomb in Sweet Mouth. I didn't draw a new line on this from the starting point because when I took the cap out and just sort of laid it for like an hour, I didn't see a shift in the product settling, at least not a noticeable one for me to draw a new line. I'm only applying this once a day. Similar to foundations, I'm really only wearing lip balms when I'm out in public because I quickly learned, I'm not sure why it took me a minute to realize this, but wearing lip products that aren't like a lip balm with a mask is no bueno because you get it on your mask. What a novel thing I discovered. So I really haven't been applying anything but lip balms because those absorb pretty quickly, and I'm only applying this basically when I film or when I apply makeup in the morning and I'm not immediately leaving and putting a mask on. So it's slow, it's steady, but it's fine. Then I have my Benefit What's Up. Not a ton of progress. This is what I have remaining. As a reminder, I use this as an eyeshadow base. It to me is the best way to use it because when I was trying to use it as a highlighter, it actually would move my foundation around and it just wasn't cute. But the progress isn't, I guess it's on par with where we normally are from month to month. I'm really hoping this is finished off by the end of the year because I do tire of it. The other lip product that I have in here is the Physicians Formula Maru Maru Butter Lip Sleeping Mask. Ooh, I have been doing some damage to this because makeup day or not, this gets applied at least every night, if not more frequently. It's not cute in here, I'm not gonna lie to you, but look at how I am doing. I essentially have no product on the bottom and I have moved all of the product onto the sides. I don't think this will be done by the next update. I think I'll have a good bit of it gone, but I don't think it'll be completely finished off. I might eat my words, but I'm super happy with the progress of this because this is a big tub of lip product, but I have just been plugging away at it. Again, makeup day or not, it gets applied at least once, but probably more likely multiple times a day. It does feel nice on my lips. It is not a dupe for the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, but it's doing the job. Okay, now we come to the powder products that I have been working on. The first is my Balm Desert, the Balm Cosmetics Bronzer / Blush. Now, you've heard me talk ad nauseum here in this video that I haven't been wearing a lot of foundation. That is not super unusual in the summer. When I get to the height of summer, I tend to stop wearing foundation, but everything else in my makeup routine still goes on my face. So I've still been applying bronzer, blush, and highlighter, even though I'm wearing a mask. I don't know, I still am. So I do have progress on my bronzer. I'm really, really happy with it. Look at all that shiny, shiny pan. So between the last update and now, I have widened this considerably, and I've also merged the 2 pieces of pan that I had showing at the last update. I also, if I get really, really close, maybe you can see, I do have like speckles where it's pretty worn down on this side. The other thing I have noticed is that I don't know if I can get the right angles, I have a lot of product built up around the rim of the packaging. This was a repressing error. So let me just explain what I did. So when I originally repressed this, I pressed like really hard on the center because I wanted to get as much of the alcohol absorbed out of it to expedite the drying time. I don't really know why, because typically when I repress something, I do wait a couple of days before using it. But because of that, I basically have realized that I had a pretty thin layer around where I was doing most of my like natural swirling, and have a pretty thick layer around the like outer circle part of the packaging, and that's not great. So despite my qualms last update about not wanting to repress this, I am going to repress it. I think it will make the product move a lot faster if I focus on repressing it in the center where I naturally like to swirl my brush. So that's the goal. I'm gonna crush this up. Hopefully a repressing, again, won't ruin this. I've found with some products I can repress them once, and then after that they don't repress very well again. Like the formulation just kind of breaks down. Hopefully that won't happen. So send me positive repressing vibes. I need them, and probably next month you will see what this looks like repressed, because it just isn't ideal the way it is right now. Unlike the bronzer, my blush and highlighter have a little bit less progress because, as maybe you can see on my face today, I have been pulled into loving a like bronzy brown eye. I feel like this kind of like eye look is super old school YouTube, but I have just been like, I can't stop, won't stop. And because of that, I've been wearing more of a like goldy highlight and more of a corally type of blush. Once I'm off of this train, I will probably go back to more of the traditional looks that these two products go along with, but regardless, I'll show you the progress. So the first one that I have is the blush. It's my Rockateur Benefit Box Blush. This is what she looks like. I feel like I have like minuscule difference on the center of this compared to where I was last update, but maybe it's just me trying to find progress. I don't know. It's a beautiful blush. I'm still happy with it. Same story. Then we have my highlighter, which is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Opal. Again, not a ton of progress on here. The most notable progress you see is that I worked a little bit over here. I was really just trying to like even out this section, so I've been working on this side, and then I was going to work on this side, but not really wearing this highlighter super often. It's still a beautiful Old Faithful, and I may have a small like highlighter go-to crisis when this is gone, because I don't plan on repurchasing it, at least right away, until I heavily scrutinize my highlighter collection and either get rid of a bunch or use a bunch up. Use a bunch up. What a ridiculous statement. Just use a bunch of highlighters, as if it's a thing I do all the time. I don't. So we'll see where we go from here, but still loving both of these. And had I not deterred from my like usual go-to use of them, they'd have a lot more progress. Okay, so now we get into the 3 new items that I am bringing in. 2 of them, ironically, are lip products. The first, no surprise, it is the lipstick that I want to use up. I talked about this in my follow-up to my March Trying Beauty Things Out video. I picked this one because, similar to the L'Oreal one, it to me reads pretty like neutral. I feel like I can wear it under a lot of different lip glosses and not have it like compete with the lip gloss. The one I'm talking about, PS, is the NYX Butter Lipstick in Sandy Kiss. When I tell you she knew, she like brand new. I'm sure I will even this out the way I did with the L'Oreal one, but this is what it looks like. I've had this for a really long time. It doesn't smell like it's gone off. There's no weird texture on here, so it still is good, but I have no idea how long it will take me to use it up. I am marking on the cap my starting progress, so this is where we are at with it, and we'll just see. We'll take it literally day by day. The other thing I wanted to bring in was a gloss. I do have the Fenty Gloss Bomb, but I feel like in my more everyday, like loving this bronzy look, I've really been gravitating more towards a peachy type of lip gloss. So I'm also bringing in this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Apple Strudel, which looks like this. This combo is what I have on my lips right now. The gloss has kind of faded away. It's really not a very long-lasting gloss compared to some of my other more high-end glosses, which is fine with me because I'll probably get more use out of it, but I didn't end up making a mark on this because the thing about the butter glosses that's really hard is they don't ever really, the product doesn't ever really settle in the tube, so I can sort of see the sides when I scrape around. I can see the actual brush on the side of the packaging because it is a clear packaging. Once I'm, making progress on this, I'll be able to start to see through it a little bit. So maybe I'll have a line at the next update, but for now, I'm bringing this in and we'll see. We'll see how the two lip products move along. Hold your hats for the last one, folks. I don't think you're gonna expect what I'm bringing in here. The last thing I'm bringing in is an eyeliner. And no, it's not the Marc Jacobs eyeliner. It is this eyeliner from Maybelline. Let me tell you a story. So as you guys know, I had the Marc Jacobs eyeliner in here up until the last update and I hadn't touched it. And I had been like, you know what? I'm over trying to use pencils. I want to use up my felt tip liners. I love them so much. They're so great. And I've been on that train proudly. I got off the train though because for some reason, I don't know why, there were a couple of times where maybe because I have blue eyes and I'm very light sensitive and I tend to always wear sunglasses even when it's like overcast and could rain. I'm probably still wearing sunglasses because it's too bright for me. It's tough being pale and blue-eyed, my friends. It's tough. So I all of a sudden had a bout of like watery eye days and neither my Lady Gaga Haus Laboratories or my NYX Hella Fine felt tip pencils could withstand. And I was angry and I was bitter and I thought, no, let me look for something else. And I came across this. It's the Maybelline Lasting Drama claims to be waterproof gel pencil in sleek onyx. And I was like, okay, let me try you out. Guys, I'm probably the last one to the party for this. You probably have known about this for years and are laughing at me. But literally, this goes on like butter. It is super soft, very emollient, and very, very opaque. I have never once set this with black eyeshadow, and it has just lasted and lasted and lasted. And I love it. And I'm on a big kick with it. I'm not wearing it today because I'm actually trying out a brown eyeliner. Who am I? But I have really enjoyed it. The other thing that's a pro about it is because it is so soft and gel-like, I've had to sharpen this sucker a bunch. Basically, like every 3 or 4 uses, I've had to sharpen it, so I feel like it's gonna move along nicely. As far as tracking it is concerned, I'm getting a little lazy. I don't wanna keep track of a piece of paper, so we're gonna go with a finger measurement. I'm just going to hold this up to my finger and show you the length of it. And each month I will pull up this super flattering shot of me so we can see how it progresses from month to month. But I'm sticking with this until it fails me, and then I'll go back to my actual felt tip liners. But they did me dirty and I'm just not gonna play that game. So I'm bringing this in and we'll see if I can use it up. I surprise myself sometimes with my choices, but it is what it is. Alright guys, that is it for this update. I hope that you enjoyed seeing my progress. I always appreciate you rooting me on, so send me all the positive vibes because I definitely need them to make some serious progress on a few of these products. But I'm really enjoying where I'm at and seeing how I am progressing month to month. I hope that you're having a fabulous day, and I'll talk to you in my next video real soon.